What up, YouTube? Big Lou. Back again. You already know. Baby. So, everybody knows who that old man is right on that thumbnail, right? That's the current president, Joe Biden. Now, I'm gonna keep it kind of short because I don't want to complicate things for people to understand his track record so far since he's been in office, right? Because most Americans don't pay attention to this stuff, right? It's just the little things they see on their local news, which is really short, right? And then they'll usually be a sister station to, NBC, ABC, Fox, something. So you'll get something from one of their political shows, right? Usually. And people take all that what's said face value, right? So I'm going to keep this simple. So Joe Biden, yes, he's 81 years old. Yes, he was an old man. At one point in time, he was said he was too young of a man. He was 29 years old when he got voted in as a senator, and I don't know if it's still the rules, but you had to be 30, so he had to wait to get sworn in to his 30th birthday. Something like that. I forget. It's something similar to that. He even stated that he wasn't even let on the elevator sometimes, the Senate elevator, for votes because they didn't believe he was a senator at the beginning. Something like that, right? Now he's too old. He's losing his faculties, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to call bullshit on that right off front. Yes, does he make mistakes? Of course. He's an old man, dude. People my age and even younger screw up, right? That's a proven fact. Joe's not going to be fast like he was when he was 60, right? Let alone 70. Now he's 81. But I'll say this about that old dude. The old dude is wise, very wise. He's been around. He's got things done when he was in the Senate. And he knew how to reach across the aisle and on a bipartisan, not only effort, but completion, right? He got shit done when he was vice president. He was part of things. Now he's in the driver's seat fully, right? Now, there's no such thing as a perfect president where even if you're the same political party as the president, you're not going to agree with everything as with what is going on with Biden as far as how he's handled the Gaza Israel thing. We got a lot of Muslims, Arab Americans, and Muslims, American Muslims and Arab Americans here that don't like how he handled that, right? And what people don't seem to understand is that he's in a very particular, it's like his back's against the wall because he don't do certain things for, with or for Israel. Then a lot of the Jewish people here, because Jewish people don't just come from Israel. You got Jewish people everywhere. Even in Latin countries, you got Jewish people. David Pacman is born in Argentina. He's, I believe, half Argentine and half Jewish. So you got Russian Jews, you got German Jews, you got Polish Jews. Jewish people come from everywhere. Cuban Jews, Puerto Rican Jews, Mexican Jews, whatever, so on and so forth. So you're going to upset some of them. But then you got the Muslims and the Arab Americans that, like in Michigan with the uncommitted vote. And it's just, and it's unfortunate that, you can't do everything in 4 years, let alone 8 years. And that's all that a president's allowed to have, right? But, and I'm going to go into this first because like I said, he's a wise dude, right? So he's got 36 years in the Senate, 8 years as vice president, and now 3 years as president, right? So that's what? 43, 46 years, 47 years, 43, 46, 47 years as a working for the federal government. Okay, now I'm not, I mean, some people call me OG, and I'm in my 40s, mid 40s, but I'm not as old as others. But I've been around, and I used to always hang around older people, especially in jail and prison and those type of settings, right? And I live here in California. A lot of people from the South migrated here to California. White, black, it don't matter, right? And I remember hearing a lot of the white boys talking. And at this time, these white boys were already older men. Here I am in my late 20s, mid 30s, different times in my life, but I've heard it more than once, and I've heard it from more white guys than from just one area. Now, I've heard it from white dudes from Arkansas. I heard it from white dudes from Louisiana. I heard it from white dudes from Oklahoma, and I heard it from white dudes from Texas. Now, they would always say if a problem, some type of issue arose in their family, they would all go and meet up at their parents, their father's house. Their parents, which their father would be granddad, right? Their granddad. And even if his granddad's sons were grown men with their own families and wives and kids and stuff, and even maybe grandkids, and they still would show respect to that old man, granddad, right? Their father, their kids' is grandpa. And they would sit there, and he would lead the discussion, and they would respect him on what he said needed to be done in order to alleviate and crush whatever the issue was, right? If it was some type of family problem, they respected that old man. You need to respect this old man that's in that office right now. The shit that's being said about him, it's nothing but a lie. That he stole money, took money from Burisma and all that bullshit. It's all, come on, 15 plus months of investigations. Nothing's came up about it. Nothing. Something would have came up by now. The Chinese agent, been proven to be a liar. He's in jail. Smirnov, the one that was supposed to be this confidential, reliable human source, he finally admitted that he was lying all along, and he was coerced, however you say that word, with information from the Russian government purposely to smut up President Biden's name. Now, this man in 3 years has done historic stuff, right? And this is where you get people all the time, because once you start spitting the facts, they got nothing to say about it. Joe Biden has deported more. He's deported more. This is not historic, but you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. He passed the infrastructure bill. The biggest infrastructure bill in the modern day, right? Just announced that night that 46,000 projects had been announced in the nation in the infrastructure bill. So that's bridges, airports, broadband, underground broadband for everybody, urban, rural, city, everybody. Clean drinking water is going to be installed. All this stuff. And you think only people that need all this stuff are only Democrats? And only Democrats are going to be getting those jobs too? Come on, people, wake up. Wake up. Big money has, because of this bill that passed. And he got bipartisanship on it too. I think he got like 20, I don't remember exactly the number, but there was people from the Republican Party. And now all these people that voted against it, they're all claiming that, to their constituents that, look what they did. Look at the money they brought in. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to name who's doing that, because that's for another video. But Joe Biden passed the infrastructure, right? I remember when Trump was in office, he was saying week after week after week, it's infrastructure week, infrastructure week, infrastructure. Nothing. He got diddly shit done. Nothing. They had the House, the Senate, and the White House. They got nothing done. Nothing. Right? So now all of a sudden, now he's going to come back and he's going to get everything done. It's a bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. Ain't happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. So he passed the Pact Act, right? The IRA, Infrastructure Act. There's so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too far ahead because I'm going to start confusing people. But just think about it. Those three things I just said right now. And I'm going to come back with more. But that's just a little food for thought. Think about what I'm saying. Respect that old man. He's very wise. He knows what he's doing. It's showing. Just like he said. Watch me. With that being said, Big Lou tapping out.